card. So you can see this is what we're making, and I don't know whether you've seen on the group the little girl called, I think it's Amelia. She's 8, and there's been a request for birthday cards. Hi Leslie, I haven't forgotten your requests, I'm just doing this one that somebody else requested. This is Jackie Evans has requested this one. So this card is going to be going to Amelia. She's trying to get as many birthday cards, or her mummy's, for her. Oh, I'm not surprised. I think if I went out, I think I'd come straight back in. Trying to snow there as well. Wow. Right, so this one is nice and pink and girly and going off to Amelia for, I hope I've remembered her name correctly, for her 8th birthday. So if anybody wants the details or the address to send it to, let me know and I will let you know the address. So Jackie wanted to know how I'd done this background, so just let me hold it up. Hi Linda. Holding it up, and I'm just waiting for my iPad to catch up with me. So you can see that it's got the numbers in the background. So let's get started, shall we? Tonight I'm making a different colour. This one was made with Fabulous Fuchsia and the Elegant Ebony. So we're going to make a different colourway this time. And what we're using are the new celebration numbers. I absolutely love these. And I think, if I'm not wrong, correct me if I am, Karen, that Phil is reordering these. Am I correct saying that? Amelia, thank you, Marion. I know what my mind's like. Tomorrow, Jane, on Hobby Maker, it's not Phil, it's Dawn Wheeler doing it for him, and it's the box kit that's just recently come out. So she'll be doing that. Yeah, Phil's still poorly sick, bless him. So what we've used on this is we've used the, I can't pick it up, the lattice numbers and the surround. So to cut the number itself out, let me get this one, and the colour that I'm using tonight is Mandarin Burst. So to cut the number itself out, you use the die itself, the lattice one, with the outline with it, and then that is what you get. Wait for... Ah, right, he's thinking about it. Okay. Yeah, so that's what you get when you use those two dies together, is you get the outline with the lattice in the middle. So that's what we're using tonight, and I'm keeping to the number 8. And also you've got your solid numbers as well. So if you use the outline of the one that's round the lattice, it still works with the solid number. So you could have a shadow for your number 8. So it's a really versatile set. So you've got the shadow for both of the numbers. Then you've got 2 different sizes of balloons, round one and the normal, I don't know what shape you'd call that, balloon shape. And then you've got the ordinals and happy birthday to you today. So let's get on and start making. So I've cut everything out in advance. So I've cut all of my numbers that we've got here. And what we're going to do is, this piece here is, I'll put the sizes just here so that you can see them. Can you see those? So the card base itself is 29 centimetres by 21, and I've just scored it in half. And then the mandarin burst is 14 by 20.5, and I've just stuck that flat onto the card. Right, so this piece here is 13.5 by 20. Heidi, hi. So these numbers, I would suggest, these are a great way to use up all of your scraps. I would suggest that you place them on there first so that you know what's going to go where. And the 1 and the 7 are quite useful because they take up, like, they really fit together. If you put the 1 and the 7 the opposite way round, they really make a nice compact shape. So it's just a case of, what have we got? Put a 5 there, and this is a bit like Tetris, isn't it? Putting them all in place. So I think I'll put a 51, and then I'll have an 8 in the middle there. Then I'm going to have another 0 there, and I'm going to put 3, 4. No, I'm going to put the 4 the other way. So you could use white. This is ice white card, and you can use them any way you like. You can have them upside down. Anyway, so what we're going to do a 3, a 1, a 7. Oh, another 1. There we go. They're fitted on there nicely. And once you get them set out, you might want to change them round. You might want the 5 the other way. Or we can move the 7 upside down. Depends how your OCD lets you do it. Nah, I think I'm going to leave the 7. It's all right, Sandra. I'd only just started when you joined. So all we're going to do now is just use a wet glue to put them down. So just adding the wet glue onto the back. Nice, easy. And this is a way of embossing without embossing. So the numbers that you're putting on make it look as though you've embossed them into the card. So we haven't got a numbers embossing folder, but we've made one, which is so cool that you can do other things with die cuts apart from just use them as a die cut. Oh, right. Okay. Thanks, Karen. So let's stick these all down. And you could reverse it and use coloured card to do this. It would make it completely different, wouldn't it? I've used quite a few of my oddments up today, so that's nice to get that done. And I'm going to put my block on there and weight it down whilst I'm putting the rest of these on. So there's nothing really difficult with this card. It would make a good embossing folder, Lee. But I think if we can do this, then it's just as easy. Don't be so lazy. Oops. They do want to curl a little bit, so I will be putting my block on them to dry whilst we carry on and do the rest of the card. And obviously you can add your glitter round the numbers. You can do shading with your inks around them. Just reading what Sandra's saying. You can do all sorts. I'll show you another trick with... I'll just stick that one down. No, that's why it's not staying in place. And I know some of this is going to be covered up, but at least we can see the effect, can't we? Because you're going to see some of the numbers from underneath. Right, so let's just... I did think about sticking these down in advance, but we'd have only been on here for 5 minutes. So, who's been playing with the numbers? What do you think to them? They're great, aren't they? Fab. Oops, nearly put the glue on the wrong side. It's great that we can personalise our cards now with ages and that on. Oops, stay stuck. Just a few more to go. Like I say, there's nothing difficult about this card. It's more of a technique than anything else. Phil is contemplating on reordering the dies, Maureen. And once he decides whether he's going to, once the order is placed, then you'll be able to pay for pre-orders. I think that was right, isn't it? They are. They're brilliant, aren't they? And it just gives a little bit of a... Doing a white on white just gives a different bit of a look to the background of your card. And just adds a little bit of lift to it. Right, so we've got all of our numbers on. And I'll transfer that over there. Push that over to the side. I want something to weight that down with. Number 2's not sticking very well. There we go. Right, so I'll run through the card sizes again. Cut them from grey board, then stick them on the card like that. Yes, exactly, Helen. Yeah, you could do. Yeah. You could either use grey board, or if you wanted to do several layers, say 3, 4, 5 layers of your numbers, because I'm not sure the dies would cut the grey board. It might go part the way through it and you'd have to cut your own. Look forward to seeing your card, Sandra. Was it you that's now got your mojo back? I'll show you in a minute, Helen, what I did with the balloon. I didn't cut the string off, no. No. So the card base is 29 by 21. This layer, which is Mandarin Burst, is 14 by 20.5. And the layer that we've just done and put the numbers on is 13.5 by 20. So what should we do now? I think we'll do the balloons. So these were cut out of Mandarin Burst card. And what we're going to do is we're going to put them in our stamping platform. Just Let's move this off to the side so that I've got a bit more room. Right, so we are going to use the Doodle Dainty Stars. So you've got the Doodle Dainty Dots, any of the texture dies, and we're just going to stamp this onto the balloons. So I've already got it in my stamping platform. I'm just going to put the balloons on. I'm not going to stick them in place, because it doesn't matter if I don't get a perfect image. So I'm going to use my VersaFine Clair Nocturne and ink my stamper. And we'll stamp that onto the balloons. And there we go. You've now got them with stars on them. So I'm going to put my acetate sheet in there, and I'll clean my stamp later. Yeah, you could emboss the balloons as well. Yeah. So I'm just going to bring my craft sheet in and my balloons. Just 1 second. And we're going to use either a black pro marker or a Sharpie pen. And all I'm going to do is colour in the bottom of the balloon and the string. Make sure you get all the sides so that you've covered all of the orange. Remind me to clean my hands before I touch my card, otherwise I'm going to have black on it. Why is it we all go quiet when we're colouring? Just with a few, well, it's practically, well, it is one die set, isn't it? With one die set, you can elevate your card and make it look personalised. What is it Phil says? You're mesmerised, are you? What is it Phil says? Classy, not brassy. Yeah, make it look classy. So, colouring in all the strings. Doesn't matter that you've got stars gone over the strings, because your black pen will just cover it up. You can use paint, whatever you've got to hand. And all I'm going to do round the balloon is just use the edge of the chisel and go round the edge, just so that you give a definite finish to the balloon. Can you see that? Yeah, you can, can't you? So you can see the difference between them now. You can see that that one draws your eye in, whereas this one is open. Just make sure. Yeah, you can see that now, can't you? So I'll carry on and go round the rest of them. You can do it quite quickly. And you're just using the edge of the nib. Don't think my ink was quite dry on this one. Smudged it a little bit. more to go. No, that's not the chisel end, the bullet end. Did I say chisel end? Sorry. It is a very useful set of dies. I love the words on it as well. Yeah, just wait till your ink is dry before you start picking it up. So going around the edge of all the balloons. There we go. Put the lid on my pen. And what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to give it a bit of shape. I didn't do with my others. I've just put foam tape behind it. But I just think that if I give them a little bit of shape, not too much, just a little bit. Who watched Silent Witness last night? I watched it today. I quite like Silent Witness. And then what I'm going to do on the back of these as well is I'm going to put some foam tape. You could use your glue gel as well. Yeah, shall we use glue gel? Yeah, let's do that. So we'll wait till the card's ready. So I've cut the shadow of the number in black card and I've put foam tape on that. And then I'm just going to add some glue around the edge. And tap it off on my hand. And this is going to match the outline, the shadow shape. So all this is doing is giving a coloured background to see through your lattice. Yeah. Yes, it is a new series, Jackie. It's on BBC One. First one was last night. Second one is tonight. Oh, I thought the second episode was tonight. Yeah, BBC One. I think they do a Monday and a Tuesday every week, don't they? So the outlines or the shadows of the words I've cut in black. And I'm going to do the words in the colour. Because if I bring this one in, I've used the colour in the background with the word in black. So we'll see how it goes. See how different it looks. So let us put glue on the back of these. So today everybody's going to be binge watching it now, aren't they? Somebody I know's watched both of them. Haven't you, Georgine? She couldn't help herself. Yeah, 9 o'clock. I thought it was, Lee. It's already available on iPlayer. episode 2 is. Oh, I haven't watched Red Eye yet. I've got to go back and binge watch the first series. So just start one end and work your way down. Yeah, it is Sandra. I saw it was there when I watched the first one at lunchtime. I was having my lunch. Right, so let's start to put this together. Hopefully our background is all stuck down now. Right. Wipe my hands. So I put tape on the back of this one, the numbers layer. So I'm just going to take that off. Oh, I'm warming up a bit more now. I have to have the door to the room closed because otherwise the dog would come running up. Right, so make sure... Oh, is 24 still going? So decide which way up you want it. Which way should we go? I think we'll go that way. There we go. So now we need to add our words first. So take the backing off these. Oh, I don't want that one first. I want today first. Where's my tweezers? I haven't, no, but somebody said the other day that it was good. So I put that just there. Then we want the 8. And make sure you get the 8 the right way up. It's slimmer at the top and fatter at the bottom. Just like me. Yeah, somebody said that patience was good. So then we can put birthday on. And then we want happy. Oh, don't tell me what happens because I'm looking forward to watching it. So you can see now that we've got the words on. It looks just as good with the black as the background as it does with the black as the not the shadow, the words themselves. I've just been catching up with Line of Duty. I've just got to the end. I think there was 6 series, so I've just got to the end of that. Right, so now we can put our, just get my glue gel, and I think I will treat myself to a new cocktail stick. And we will put these in place. So I'm going to put some glue on the back of them. I don't want them too high. Probably just a little bit higher than that. going to do is just put a little bit of PVA glue on the end of the string, just so that it... Yeah, the pink one's lovely. That's the one that I'm sending to Amelia. So what I will do is I'll use the small one, and I'm just going to put a blob on where the knot goes and a blob on the end of the string. Try not to drop it. I'm going to tuck it underneath there, and then I'm going to go for one of the bigger ones. And I'm going to put that under there like that. Oh, brilliant. Have you had the children making it? Or making them? Do you know when her birthday is? And then the last one, and that one can go down here like this. And just the end of the tail is glued down. Just need to flatten this one a little bit more, raise that bit up. There we go. So this, oh, early March, 3rd of March. Thanks, Janice. I'll write that down. 3rd of March. So if anybody wants to do a card for Amelia, it's her 8th birthday, let me know. Oh, brilliant, Susan, thank you. So you can see now, these are the ones that I left flat. You can see they're flat on there, just raised up on foam tape. And these ones we've actually put glue gel under and we've shaped them. So there's the 2 different cards that we've done. So I'll leave those off to the side there so you can still see them. And what I'm going to show you, shall I use it on a piece of scrap card? So you can use the offcuts of the numbers, you know, where you die cut them out, and you can put them on there and just use, oops, a blending brush, or probably a finger dauber would be better. And you can add your colour through them. This would be another way of adding your background. Let's have a look, do that a bit darker. Obviously, if you were doing it onto a proper bit of card, you would mask it off. But that's what you get when you use the offcut from doing your die cut. And you could use stenciling, and you can do the ink as dark as you like. Obviously, I've gone off the edge of the card this time. And I'm sure if you put your offcuts through your die cutter with your rubber mat, it would push the card up, and I'm sure that you would get an embossed image from that as well. I'll try that tomorrow, but that's another thing that you can do, and you can use it with your balloons as well. So let's try the balloon on there. Like I say, you would mask this off. These are just really close to the edge, so I'm probably going to go over the edge of the card. But there you can see we've done the stencil. So we've now turned a die into an embossing folder and a stencil. So there you go. Out of one product, you've got 1, 2, 3 different ideas. And of course you can just use them as the numbers as they're meant to be as well. So there we go. This one's going to Amelia and this one is going to a lucky winner. So let's pull a name out of the hat. Let me whiz back up to the top and whiz down and see where we stop. Angela Astle. Angela Astle. You're the lucky winner of this card. So if you want to drop me a private message or message Karen on this page, she'll send your address through to me and then I'll get this card in the post to you. Brilliant. I hope I've given you... Can you please show address to send? Jill, if you message on the Sentimentally Yours page, I will message the address back to you. I think that's probably the safest way to do it. Okay, lovely. Thank you very much, ladies. It was a quicker one tonight. See, we can do a card in 45 minutes, Phil. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Brilliant. Glad you enjoyed it, Janice. Thank you ever so much, and I will see you all again next week. Thank you. Bye.